Welcome back. Now it's time for us to go to the Ashanti region, all right? And in Ashanti region, the conversation we want to hear from you, your thoughts on the discussions that we're having generally, but specifically as we're going to Ashanti region, let's hear from you what you think of this conversation. In 2003, the Kufuor government began and completed really the feasibility studies for an inland port in Boankra. Up to date, Frema, the port has not yet been built.
No.
I'm not sure why. It would be good to hear what the stories
No, you
of
may also
politicians.
want to add that as recent as in 2020,
yes.
you know,
yes.
the president,
Katsord.
Dankwa
Yes.
Akufo-Addo, went back to Katsord, you know, in a beautiful ceremony to say that now we are ready, the project is about to start. In fact, we have been able to secure
the funding and all of that.
330 million, you know, so people in Ashanti region, people in the southern sector, you know, this is going to happen very soon. And it was supposed to take 3 years. So, I mean, in our minds, like...
by 2003, that's by January, February next year.
2020.
Yeah, 2020.
So, like, next year, we were all just getting ready, you know, for the great commissioning of this. Now, almost 20 years down the line, nothing has happened.
We have a report for you. Take a look at this. We'll come back and get into some conversations.
On 5th November 2020, President Akufo-Addo and Asantehene Otumfuo said to the second Katsord for work on the abandoned Boankra Inland Port project to commence. This revived the long-held hope of bringing development to the area and address the issue of unemployment. Almost 2 years after the sword cutting, the hopes of the people have been dashed. The area has now become a grazing ground for cattle. The project, since the erstwhile John Agyekum Kufuor era, has been touted as an initiative to drive massive development in the Ashanti region. Members of the Ghana Union of Traders Association, GUTA, in the Ashanti region believe the inland ports will lessen their burden since they will not have to travel to Tema to clear their goods, which come at a high cost. Despite numerous calls for work to commence on the project, it remains abandoned, and that has left the residents highly disappointed.
We are threatening to go on demonstration. Any moment from now, we are organizing. By all means, we will do the demonstration. The stronghold of the government is in Ashanti region, and the project is in Ashanti region. So, when you are a native or you are living in Ashanti region, you see how disappointed we are.
Now, there's this media budget review, which is going to be presented by the finance minister. What are you expecting?
You know, even the main budget, we didn't hear anything from it.
But what are you expecting to see?
Oh, we are expecting that at least just a mention of it, Krano, will be better, will be much encouraging.
No, to mention it that they are coming to embark on a project?
Yes. Or they have allocated a quantum of money for the project. You look at the administration block over here. Look at how bushy the area is. Even you saw the cattle. Now they are resting. If it were around 10:30 going on, you see so many cattle grazing on the land freely. So we are pleading to the government, especially the finance minister, to include Boankra Inland Port project in the mid-year budget.
So if that does not happen, you are going to demonstrate?
As I said, we are going to demonstrate in the near future. We are planning. We are going to demonstrate because of the delay and then total neglect of Boankra Inland Port by the government.
The youth lament that the worsening unemployment situation in the area is making life unbearable for them, since many farmers had to surrender their lands to allow for the project years ago.
Time mama kan ho asem ne nam so man krofo be jeans ase wo kromi ha bebre an krofo yo ma so be companies wo kromi ase enam se ema so ntino bia so ye na adwen se onye adwuma no ema kra ntimi mpagya ise kra ya dani woto ade kra ye nto ya dani ha no ma ye nkra system hwa ampa me abie atia even atia mpo ebie chen Boankra Inland Port nti nkofo ntimi meye adwuma no emabru no hweso ma ba sa kure kwa be head kure ye atompan se wo bie store kwa ye ntade kure ye din pacho mo akro mi amamo be di adanse adai kure ye basa na Inland Port nti yesre nana o meye wa meye da fi we ye besesem
se youth na wo krom akra no mu nyina wo matu kwan ana me hu ne se adwuma na ye ne krom ase no na ama youth na tu kwan obi akra nkra wote no da obi e container mu wada obi akache adwuma wonya ne wa hanum senti ti mestra ban se wontimi ma me ye Inland Port ne ma ya on do man akwanya na obi entwetwa bi wa betimi adua benkin wa be boade de ye nua bi wo honum ti benkin eburo enkate ene sane ma no ne ye nua adua eno ana mestra ban say mestra na wonya ne sama ye na ye nsoso ye ayete Boankra no ye ho ento ye
ye pese ye hu bibi se e bia budget na omo be ye no at least ye ti bibi kra fa ho ye ni beje na mo nka no mo sori nya ho saa omo beka oh ye ko Boankra ye ko ye Inland Port project ko bibi afa ho na at the end of the day ni eja hoko so ma anya demonstration dey ya plan da se e be ye kire kese pa e de tia aban no enti se omo be di budget ni wie na so ka bibi Inland Port ne ho a omo fa wo se nya oyo no mo mla na sasra da ho a che se ko kra adane nantwifo.
Now, Edward Opomafo is our bureau chief for the Middle Belt. Thank you for joining us, Edward. Good morning.
Hello, good morning, Frema.
Right, so where are you now?
So from in front of the Boankra Inland Port, that's specifically where it has been earmarked for the projects to really commence.
Right, tell us what is on the land now. Now, how big is the land and what is there? I mean, in terms of the development, did we start something? What exactly happened on the land?
So, Frema, this is indeed a vast land. According to the continuum of this area, it's about 750 acres. And right now, we're unable to really get closer because the security guards here are not granting us access. It says, they are saying that they have instructed them not to allow us access, but the cameraman will be zooming so at least we get to know the area where the entire project
but it's a vast land. Is there a wall around it?
Yes, there's a wall around it, and there's also an entrance where we can get inside. In fact, on Monday, when we managed to get inside, we realized that the entire place is very bushy, and we saw cattle grazing on their field, and it's totally abandoned. So nothing seems to be working.
So where the cattle was grazing is inside, right?
Yeah, inside.
So they
cannot,
they cannot permit journalists to get inside, but cattle are allowed to graze inside. Is that a case?
That's the case, and that's it. Residents here actually tell me that that's the routine. And so there are some people who always drive their cattle there to graze on the field, and that has always been the case. And in fact, on Monday when I got to this area, I saw the cattle actually grazing on the field, and that's it. And large portions of this area are bushy, and nothing appears to be working. And just like you indicated earlier, this project, in fact, it was initiated by the John Agyekum Kufuor government in 2003, and the people within the community were asked to surrender their lands to allow for the project.
So hold on, Edward. So this land is not, for instance, wasn't given to the government by, let's say, the chief of the area. Individuals,
not at all,
of the community had to give their lands.
Yes. So what the residents are actually telling me, and in fact, the continuing of this area also confirmed that to me, that the residents actually came together and then they surrendered portions of their lands, and then they gave it to the government to ensure that this project really starts. And they were given some assurances that once it starts, to help open up the entire area, there will be a number of job opportunities for the people here. So they were excited about it. And they also complained that they were not even compensated. And so that's a major issue that they have been raising. And so they were hoping that at least the project will start, some works will actually go on. And like you also indicated, in 2020, they felt, well, now everything is going to go on well for them because President Akufo-Addo came here with Otumfuo and assured that work will commence very soon. And even before this time, the residents used to come up with a number of petitions. They petitioned governments upon governments just to ensure that work actually begins here. But all these years, nothing happened. And 2020, after the assurances ahead of the 2020 elections and all that, nothing seems to be working. The place is totally abandoned, and there's just some kind of wall around the area, and cattle are allowed to graze inside. The huge building, that's some kind of a building behind me, is the administration block.
Okay.
And the residents here actually tell me that just after they give out the land in summer 2003, early part of 2004, this building was put up to serve as an administration block.
So currently,
since that time,
currently, what goes on in that building? Do people use the building?
The building, we understand there are some people who are just here, and they try to clean up the area. We understand there are 5 people who are within the administration block, and they've been there for a number of years, and that's basically what they do. They just clean up the area just around it, but the entire area is purely abandoned, very bushy. It gets into, so from this side, from where I am, there's a side that is purely bushy. There are other sides that are also very bushy, and all those areas have been totally abandoned. Let me try and get the he is the chairman of the landowners, those who actually surrounded their lands.
Okay.
As at the time, so the Boankra Landowners Association, and he's here with me. They have actually come up with a number of petitions. He's Mr. Franny Okese. Tell us, my young Huankasa, Asasi, Diana Onimfaho, na ebaid, quite best to affect him on a Diana Makach and paying for.
Yo, I'm a deputy, said you come to Mr. Bafwa Franny Okese. Many land association, Mr. Kofimia Epeso. Now, Babaja Sas, no me took a cook master, tomato and quanta. Anna, no many pamiensa. No, the private cabin, no mess, Omopo Hene. I want to be almost 7 4 months and the Tron came, and me a Casami crumb, not on Hino. Now, on him and the war. And you got to him, and know him as only not Nasa, some farmer a bank, and the Damanasi for Bayamobo. And to one for Nasa cement, say, if you say, yet the answer as a mamma, saying I was a CM Fanco. And I'm called assembly my amanie, and we send a assembly or Bobo de Roma or manning in our Abishia, and to a border or manning in our Abishia. And on the 2 and we say to me, boy, but us as nephew be a eho, and I'm say, and our manning in our J penny, and to be a kucha, Nissa, a horse in a young phone in our war, as Sam and Crawford board, dear maintain Banchi.
Now, order Oya de Ancasa.
Me Ancasanaka, me your board, maintain Banchina, I tell me the Draco, because go continent, and my McQuay, sir. Edgeman, and Tiasa say, Omne, 85 acres, and I'm
all crowd here.
I remember my bush and dear, about 2 years. I acquired 50 acres, Amma, any power winty. Omi a sank of first sapran with the sapran crying, adequate sen, and one sample assassin and cray. And T. Coco and Yedo, and don't make one of my nursing cocoa be bree, Anaka, me bedria. I know Omo Abbey, you could trust on Busuya. Don't make a chair and say, Assassin Bususian, 400 acres. Yes, 400 can to discount to much as a free not a quine, a better train quine, and con in a boar, and a free train quine, a quacker as she friend penema, and a son con in a boar, and a free penema, a quacker, a 2 ounces and an unconcern and a boar. And Tiacania, as I said, what about you? A dent and hand con in a bona, a bit much less than us as Nebrosa. And you call mono, and you won't assassin, not a bruiser, because you're two nipama, woman of equa transi, and almost assassin. I say 600 acres. I quite a yeti, almost antisa, into 400 acres, 400 acres in a dear. No more may you be a acre, a dear. I know, sir, and I don't want me, I understand. Right. And I'm saying, no one to me, assassin, more of your assassin. As I saw one young idea at Dom, I yet sudden idea was or man benya, Jinabre, I'm a gunner, young water
compensations.
I felt the area, conversation more per some of the Mayan. why you watchina adichinye watchina adichinye ye nua ne kwa ye dua wo so kro na mu twa e ho ka no mu ya ne clubs anka ese mutimi kire se bia plenty kon when we no anaka obi ahu se de si na se clubs e dia clubs e bia 300 200 600 nyame anim se ye no me enipa ka se san krofo mbeke tumo mu nyina ese se mo mu ya dwuma ama ye twa moka ye so hona sabe yanko square ye didie chese e ho ne ye bibia no mabagi asasi ye deputation bra o mampani kufo ne to se de megyina ho amekasɛn anu ka ofre o yampini se koskoti omuka what be da obi omuta asase so adam peso na obajo makojo asase na muntu nti o mampani kufo ebufui asema ameka mpo amko mampani kufo obeka sa akyem ye deputation ko parliament ama parliament fo so som ama omu kan ya ama ye hu se omu de asonse MP nidin kwase obahwe so bagiska na amaye yante kutaye anna me hu se o mampani kofo de sabe ye mu ne kwasea nti so no nko ade oba ntim kra ne hu makonto kwa sana sabe nyame aduma o mampani kofo obenya president no ntim kra na se ka
kofo ado na
akofo ado nti na me kra na se ka be chia no but na san se o kɔ hɔ a aso da fo be si so
na ye pese ye hu akofo ado ba ye no diene anamotu be na motu
akofo ado ba no ye petition ko ma no adi bi ko ma Anthony General ana regional minister chese bia yes edi ko bia no ye di koi police commander ye ko mo nyina bi ana ayi when minister na o hwe Inland Port no eso no ana oyiva chese ye mfiri ho yemra ti ye ne petition for nyina ye koi ne ye nipa 8 ti ye kwa na oni ye hye ana ye keka nsem ne nyina kira amakwata oni ye nyina hye ne keka nsem nyina won office ana o yese da bi obehwe se asam no kra areho nti obehwe so betimi agisika no amayen ana ka say 20 years new no so ono obehwe nti mo de ye ha ye ho de odi one ka no esen so benya se 100 no ko bagi de ama no and ama ye nyina ye gitum to o hya ye bosome se emre se ne ye ko 2019
into 2020 na president ba
and 2020 na president president ba ne anyim se wo de ahoto abawi abapem samre yanti adwuma na ema yan so yansase esika yansanka ana yakonya business no make ni be 17 ana yewuwo sa ensase ho
omawu
yewuwo
omo nsase wa ha
omo nsase wa enti yesena na nado asem na yapana chaw ba fo afrando no kasa me yenchi kura free chebi a chese ye nuano ana ye nadanum awuwu ama yabeka ha enti say ye ni kamafo bia ensase a sabe na nadwosene de ma ye ni ye free chebi ba ye yesen ensase nya na yagye chese ye ne be eno eni dintan ye din kotodua pa na chaw asa on hwe ye ni kra asema make hu na wontimi anyi ye ni land association no ye sika enfama
ye da say
that bia no so adman ko montimi anya kra de asase na be ye aban asase.
Okay, so basically what he is saying, as at the time he was the unit committee chairman, and he was also, and in fact as we speak now, he is still the chairman of the Boankra Inland Port Landowners Association. So it says they have made a number of engagements with all the stakeholders. They have spoken to them a number of times, and aside from all what they have done, assurances that they have actually been given, nothing concrete has been done here. So they are very much disappointed. They said from the time that former President Kofo was in office, they engaged the relevant stakeholders. They engaged all stakeholders in the various administrations that's under former President Mills and Mahama, and also the current government. And nothing seems to be working. So it's just about how they will be well compensated and for this project to actually start. And from this project, it's something that has been touted to really ensure a lot of development here.
Yes.
And so it's actually for the Ghana Union of Traders. I actually spoke with the chairman of the Ghana Union of Traders in the Ashanti region. He's saying that it will actually lessen their cost, and so it will really make their work very simple. And also with the Africa Continental Free Trade Area Agreement, I feel with those who that are neighboring countries from the landlord countries, I mean, as we look at the Burkina Faso, Mali, Niger, Burkina, so they can all come here straight to this area, and it makes everything very simple. But that's not happening. Remember, a lot of people are not happy about what is happening. Let's get to talk to the the unit committee chairman for this area. He has joined me here to really tell us the engagements that they've also made so far and what they feel about everything that's going on here. It's a unit committee for you.
Unit committee, no, me can't land association for no be. I'm a 200 mile call and can could do you mean na the Emmy Yakra and say, oh, mamma, she has won me a church. Ubia and Assas who be a she will be a case their call. Some moment to a car, I didn't know so me she has had in the call. Until a higher and the human saw, my penny baby child, Mamma, and say, Jabba, Ebony. This is a human so a ma. It's a human and Kaba, and Tamafu be so better to Sassy ha, call human bounds will be in Yumaha. As I say, no Sassy in answer the whole hour, so I may want you to pass you. Be what busy that cry, you never said in Pacro City, a human so the Nabaha. Until I say, you have said, bit my bob bank of 1 hour, humanity my basso. Ubi, Mafu be catcher as say, Jumano, Muya, the Muntinia Bejas, as you know, Nes Munsia Botre. Now, I wish you woman say, Yanaka MP, and put Yakuma, Muniaka say, Yanya Botre now, Korea for net me a ma. And different company and super band, the anymore. They say anyone here, no more. The Esran say, Assassin's Canada and some kind. Assassin's Canada, be anyone in Sakasasika. If it's a common near the ma, or mine, said the Vena Santa Mayan, you been here, Jumaye. And the Rabbi said, Obetra Humanum dear, when he does what say, or mining in a bit mania, I resume Jumaye. And he, and so the Monina.
All right, thank you very much. So he is the unit committee chairman. He says they have been having a number of engagements, and what the MP for this area, Mr. John Kuma, has
is it not such an irony, you know, that the deputy finance minister is their MP?
Exactly. Yes. As that the minister actually tells them that the $330 million funding that they were expecting from the investors from Korea, it seems that deal is off, and so they are trying to look for some financiers from elsewhere to ensure that they're able to complete this project. So it doesn't look like there's anything concrete to look at as we speak now. But a lot of people are still here who also want to talk to us. So we'll try and engage some of them briefly to know what they also think. But also, DNA Koso.
Your friend Mr. Brock George, Mayor Committee Headman. Time I yes, I know. Many first person how money ye Mr. Ministry to her. Satam yen ye becklek land no sunyina bubu suti menua ene ye dana te kura onyini ne and mo how do bebre. Enti ye employ workers more than 3,000. And e be ye mortar, e be ye concrete, e be ye we be ye enti ni mi so ma ye ye nya dwuma ojusu memu ne Ghana ne wiase memu ha. Nanso offer yes president say wo ma die hwamo ye manoma ye wie secondary school a ye nimu nguma eno mu nyina tena fie ye maba wakora no anke osen kasa so ye doso he wo mu school education na ye kutemu ene nkwala ne tifie kora ne anyanyem
yeah start to say free zones for asamba ha ababeje e free uyi we free wa free zones for asabeje nsase bi ene so to say
free zone for so abeje asase ato ho da o se je peso asase ne da ho
ene ye be ke say
e do so ene be se 1,000 ne akire ifra brase de Boankra asase kakraka another company so asa abeje foforo da ho na cha se Boankra ye hu se ye di ehwamo ye pese ye nsasi form ne enso ye nmugu ase na daache de ha na se ye nchirima no mpo ye nchirima ye ne aya ye de ehunu ya ne se wo mpese ye ne ya ye di asase na nim no ye nyina wuko nchirima history be no obeka efa asase so enti esre wo my penny ene ye MP lawyer Donkuma wo ba ye jutu mu papa some be boya ma o men ene dwosoman ene na nasa afra na okese ene na na Boankra dukuro na nya ma bio ne ohima ye nyina ye ye ene ye hene kura no enam Inland Port yi wadwene ho e ha no e ba ya anko no so obenya dimpa o man hene benya dimpa enti esre o ma pani se kotodwe gu form onu otumfo wo mo aye na sa asisi ka no wo mo fa bi mre ye na even wo fa birthday ni kura na se wo hwew na se wo gya no kwane a wo ma no bibi nyame nshira o man yi nyina ye damase.
Okay, so basically what he has been saying is that they want authorities to ensure they are well compensated. He feels that there's a deliberate plan to ensure that those who are elderly, maybe they may die and then they may not even get to them again. And so that's their worry. But they are very much concerned about the project itself. He spoke to me about the fact that the Free Zones Authority They have also been here, and they have taken some vast lands as well. So, and all these are connected to this project. So they are saying that what a free zones area, free zones body, what they've taken is linked to this. So they feel that is actually going to help even develop the area. But all these projects have been abandoned and nothing is going on.
Now,
So they are very much disappointed.
Quickly before you go, for those who are not too familiar with the Ashanti region, just give the...
So,
I mean, the
Trevor,
sites.
this is, yeah. So this is actually on the main Kumasi-Accra highway.
Okay.
And when you're on the highway, you actually see a vast land where it looks very bushy. And it's not too far from main Kumasi. If you are within Kumasi proper, it's less than 30 minutes. Okay. And it's just some few minutes drive from Ejiso. Okay. And so that's not too far from main Kumasi. And so the location and how the land is looks very ideal for the project. And once work starts, people feel it is something that is really going to help really develop the entire Kumasi and even the Ashanti region as a whole.
Right.
Edward, as you're describing it, I'm trying to picture it because I know the Ejisu Kumasi Road reasonably well. Is it on the, when you're heading towards Kumasi, is it on the right side or the left side of the highway?
When you're heading towards Kumasi, it's on your left side.
Yeah. It's on the left side of the highway.
Yes, it's on your left side.
Okay.
Yes, left side of the highway.
Okay.
And
right.
you see a vast land which has totally been abandoned.
Okay, and what's the main river course or lake that is next to this inland port?
Okay, for that, I've actually not made my checks to really find out the river that's closer to this place.
Okay.
Right.
All right.
Thank you very much, Eddie.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So this is the situation of Boankra Inland Port. I mean, everyone was excited, you know.
Yeah.
I was very, very excited because I felt there's a big development coming to my region.
Yeah.
So I was really looking forward to it. No, but I mean, this was going to provide huge job opportunities for people
in the thousands.
Yes, now, even apart from people who will be working on the inland port itself, look at the ancillary offerings that it will also
many
present. You know, so many things. My worry right now is people's lands have been taken.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, they couldn't even demarcate, i.e. The Sechi Safaro family gave us 85%. The Dunyame family gave us, let's say, 20 acres. The Evans family gave us 10 acres. Now, everything has been lumped together.
Yeah.
Many years to come.
Yeah.
Even the rightful owners of this. Now, I'm saying this because we recently are facing issues like this with Achimota Forest, where some people are coming in to say that, no, the land is for us. Other people say, no, it's for us. I mean, the history, the man mentioned, will be lost. My concern is, are we committed to do this project? Why haven't the people be compensated? These guys were farming on the land. Now their source of livelihood is gone. They don't have any compensation. The project is not being done. So really, you know, they're right to say that deliberately it looks like we've done something against them.
If we're not serious about this project, I mean, of course, Otufo was brought there with the president. I mean, seriously.
What you say?
You know, but if you're not going to do this thing, hand it back to the people.
Give it to them.
Share the land back to the people and let them farm on the land. It's as simple as that.
I mean, let's prevent in many years to come some people, I mean, unlawful owners of the land taking people's land. This is terrible. So let's have a definite plan. What exactly are we doing? Are we going to go back to the project? Are we going to develop it? If you're not developing it, look, give the people's land to them. If government wants to take the land, to compensate them.
Yeah, that's as simple as that. Well, we'll take a quick break. After that, we're going to have consumer tech. You don't want to miss the conversation that's coming up.